We're going to talk about how to create the 404 page. Okay, so when a user tries to visit a page on your website that doesn't really exist, they'll be directed to 404 page. And if the 404 page does not exist, then WordPress will use the index.php. And I think we did discuss this using the WordPress hierarchy. You can see this. This is the error 404 page. If the user tries to access a page that doesn't exist, it's going to look for 404 page. If it doesn't find it, then it's going to go to index.php and use that page to display the content. All right, so let's go ahead and create that into our themes root directory, 404.php. I'm going to copy paste the content and then I'll explain to you what's going on inside of that. Alright, so get header function and get footer function are going to get the header and the footer files respectively, as we all know. And Cornova get sidebar function is a custom function which is going to display the sidebar at the right hand side or left hand side depending on what we've selected in the customizer. Okay, Cornova primary class is going to display the primary classes for the post, and then we have the h1 tag, and then it says oops, that page cannot be found, and it's going to use the slug because it's going ahead and echoing out after translating it and after escaping the HTML. Okay, and then we're going to use the p tag to display it looks like nothing else found at this location, maybe try another one. And then it's going to get the search form so that the user can search for something specific they were looking for. Then we've created a variable called archive content, and we are using the escape HTML function to escape it and then translate it. Try looking for in monthly archives, and this percentage $1 is going to be replaced by convert smiley function. So convert smiley function basically converts the string equivalent to that smiley, so it's going to return that smiley. And then the widget function is basically going to return is going to display the widgets and with the drop down option. Okay, and let's go ahead and see that in action. Okay, so let's say if I type something over here, and try to see if that exists, it says doesn't exist, right? So this says oops, that page cannot be found, and that's what we can see. That's what we had written over here. Oops, that page cannot be found. Okay, and then we had the it looks like nothing was found at this location, and that's what we have. Maybe try another one. And then we have the get search form to display the search form, and then we had the widget function, and we can check on codex the widget function. So the widget function, basically this template tag displays an arbitrary widget outside of a sidebar. It can be used anywhere in templates. It accepts certain parameters. First is the widget, which is the widget PHP class name, the class for the widget, and then the instance, which is the widget's instance setting, and then the arguments. Okay, so there is a series of I have created a playlist for different functions in WordPress, and you can watch the video which we'll talk about in detail of what the widget function do. But just to give you a brief information that if you go on to WP includes folder of WordPress, and then if you go into widget folder, you can see all of these class names, right? So there's one for archive, calendar, category. So let's say over here we wanted to display the archives. So the first parameter is the widget class name according to what we can see over here, the widget class name. Okay, so we can see that for archive the class name is class for archive, if we double click on this, we can see that WP widget archive is the class name, and that's what we need to pass over here. And then the second one is the instance. So the widget instance setting, either an array of query strings, see each widget, for example, see widget below, for example. Okay, so over here we have passed drop down is equal to 1, so we will get a drop down option. You can see we have a drop down option, right? And then the third parameter is basically the arguments. And if we look at it, arguments, then we have different options available. For example, we have after title available that we can pass whatever we want to pass over here. And what we've done is we have passed after title is equal to h2 and then archive content. So try looking in monthly archives is what we're passing over here. Okay, and that's what we have over here. And with the smiley, because this function that we have convert smiley is going to go ahead and convert the string which is equivalent to smiley into the actual smiley. Okay, and then we're using another function, this same function again, the widget, but this time we have passed the WP widget tag cloud because we wanted to display the tag cloud. So you can see this class file. If you double click on that, that's the name of the widget class. So we can pass this time the widget class WP widget tag cloud, and then that will display the tag cloud widget, and that's what we have over here that's being displayed, right? And then we have the Cornova get sidebar function, which is actually displaying the sidebar on the right hand side. Okay, and then we have the get footer function, which is going to call the footer.php, and footer.php is using a function called dynamic sidebar to include the sidebar. So I can show that to you. Dynamic sidebar function. So this function is responsible for displaying this. Okay, cool. So that's how you do it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.